Hopefully that's the thumbnail I use. I tried to do something crazy. It is sunny out, but the wind is chilly. I don't know what the actual temperature is, 40 something probably. It's only supposed to get up to like 50 degrees today, but that the sun feels hot. My hair is doing something just crazy. Stopped raining at like 5 o'clock this morning. But we are going to do some sort of long run. So I'm going back and forth. I'll see how I'm feeling, but I'm going back and forth between sticking on this ridge and just doing like up and downs to get vert, which would give me about I wouldn't get as much distance, but I would get all the vert I need. Or we could do mileage and we'll only get like 3,000 feet of vert. I don't know what to do. I'd rather have the vert. So we get to the top. Maybe about 2, 3-ish. So give me 1,000, 2,000. I'd really like to drop down the backside of the ridge and knock out a couple more. Like that would give me at least 4,000. And then I would have probably close to like 10 or 12 miles. I don't know though. Holy cow, this wind is chilly. So it's funny because we're sitting closer, since we're down further, I'm sitting closer to Bumblebee Ranch, and the what do you call it, the rest area for the freeway is right across the way from me. And I got out last night after it got dark because my dog needed to do her pre-bedtime potties, and I was in my brain, we were over where we normally are. And so I came outside and I was like, what the heck lights are right there? And then it dawned on me that was the rest area. And it's like, gosh dang, that thing looks like it's right there. Oh, okay, well, let's get out of bed, I guess. I've been just sitting in the nice warm morning sun, because the sun actually feels nice and warm. But battery is charging, so that's good. Yeah, we'll see how we're feeling. I don't know if I've got a long run in me, but it is Long Run Thursday, so there is that. So I just gotta put my socks and shoes on, and then hope we don't freeze, because it is freaking cold out here. I'm gonna actually shut this. That sun feels nice, but the wind, now that I'm out of the covers, that wind has been is chilly. My hands are freezing, by the way. Here comes my dog to check on me. And there she goes. When she does that, she is so weird. She'll jump up here to make sure that I'm getting ready. And then when she's like, oh, yep, you're a little bit further than you used to be, let me jump back down. She'll go do her thing. She is so funny. I need to clip my toenails. Might do that really fast too. But while we do that, you guys can enjoy the outside. I need to plug my iPad in. My button, my power button, the top button on my iPad is darn near broke. I don't know why. But like, it feels, yeah. One, it feels like it's kind of pushed in a ways. But do. Oh, I was hoping I had the heck? Come on. There we go. I want to make sure this is working.
Whoa. Nice cock.
It does work. Okay. It's not as loud as I thought it was, though. Yeah, I'm right here. And there she goes. She's so funny. She came running up here again like, are you coming? You haven't made it any further. And I'm like, yep, I'm right here. And then she goes and runs and leaves again. Okay, let's I gotta take care of my toesies really fast. I have one toenail that is just jacked up because I freaking wrecked it. I don't even know how, but like I can't, so freaking thick now that I can't clip it. How do you fix that, everybody? Okay, we're good. Should be good now for at least a few days. Okay. What is that? I don't even know what that is. Well, okay. You guys can look at the outside while I get the rest of the stuff in here. Oh, sockies. Oh. Let me try and hang this out. Problem is it's not supposed to do anything today, but like there's like a slight chance of anything, but I'm looking at clouds up on the Bradshaws coming over the top over here. Look at this. You tell me that there is rain and snow right now right there. Probably on this one too. Oh, here comes my dog. Hi. Well, you don't even, hey, come here. You don't even enjoy your treats. I give you a treat and you just swallow the thing whole. What's up with that? What's up with that? Huh? Okay, come here. Good job, girl. Okay, here. There you go. There you go. You chewed that one at least. At least you chewed that one. I don't know. Am I gonna be warm enough? I don't know if I'm gonna be warm enough or not. Problem is that wind is chilly. That wind is super cold. I don't know why I have 24 roses stuck in my head. And 24 roses. It must have been on like a TikTok or something I saw. Who knows? What is your deal? Drink some water. You're panting. Oh, yeah. Oh, well. Okay, let's... I'll wear the normal hat just so it'll keep my head warmer. Do I need to put a coat on? Oh, man. I don't really want to, but... I'm gonna have to. That wind is chilly. I don't think you understand how cold that freaking wind is. Again, it's gotta be mid-40s out, I would guess. It was really cold this morning. Maybe it's not mid-40s. My nose is pretty cold. Maybe my temperature up here is correct. Because that says 39. It was 28 when I woke up this morning. So that would be accurate, probably, I guess. I don't know what my dog's doing. What's that dog doing? Oh, you're back? You should get a drink. Get a drink. You are freaking panting. Here, get a drink. At least you got a little something. Better than nothing. Need to grab our gimbal. There we go. What are you looking at me all weird for? I actually got a stronger signal than when I was on my Wi-Fi. That makes a lot of sense. I got my gloves in here. My hands are freaking cold. There's a hat. There's my gloves. Think we'll drop down and go up. Or we could climb this first, come back down, and then climb up the other one. Maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe that's what we'll do. Why are you so itchy? Oh, she's off. is off. She knows where thinks she's going. There we go. I gotta start my watch. So I'd like to get at least 5,000 feet of her, but we'll see. I don't know if I'll quite make that or not. We're just gonna go up and down this ridge right here. I'd like to go over there, but you can see how nasty it is. That was my plan, was to actually be up there. There's a lot of fresh new snow up there too. I saw this morning, and as you can see, it's snowing right now. But I wanted to be up there, and then we were gonna come down along the course and just do an out and back. But I guess we're gonna go this way and hope we don't get snowed and or rained on. It was raining pretty much till about 5 o'clock this morning, so surprisingly it's kind of crazy how dry the top of the ground is. I mean, it's wet right underneath. Weather report didn't show anything today. Clouds are really cool though. Look at some of these clouds off over there. That's so cool. So cool. Oh, no wonder my frickin'... Wait a minute. Huh, I'm gonna have to look at that. I think I have my... I was like, why is my ping so bad? And it makes sense though. On my Starlink, I put my other Starlink up. And then I was like, gosh dang, my Starlink Minis was getting a higher download and upload speed than this freaking one. And I'm like, that doesn't even make any sense. Now it makes sense because I have it in flat mode, which makes sense because the last time I used it, I put it in flat mode because of all the tree cover I had. So I was like, dumbass. Like, it's been okay for watching TV this morning and stuff, but it makes perfect sense now. See, now I'm gonna be too warm with my coat on. That wind is frigid though. I don't know how much running I'm gonna do at the beginning here, because we're going straight. I mean, we're going uphill. This isn't too bad, but we're gonna climb up over that. That's where this road goes, and then we're just gonna come right back down, and then we're gonna go back to the road over here, and then climb up around the other side of this, and then we'll go down the ridge line, and we might just jump down the backside and then go all the way down to the road and then come back on the trail and then go up, back up with the ridge where we usually camp, and then we will see what we're at. I think we're only gonna be, let's see, 1, 2, we might only get to 3,000 feet by then. We'll see. But we should only have like maybe 10 miles as well. But we'll see. This road here is pretty much all of this over in this area is similar to what I'm gonna have in my first 50K of this race. So that's why I'm focusing on these roads versus the single track. Whew. Since I can't get up where I wanted to get to, this is the next best thing I got to duplicate the conditions, which makes sense since we're in the foothills of the mountains I will be climbing during that first 50K. Oh man. Oh, kind of those little freaking spindly little cactus looking things are. I don't know what they're called, but I don't think I've ever seen them. These things right here. I don't think I've ever seen them green like this. I didn't even know they got green. I've only seen them all hard and dried out. Like this over here. So this shows you the stark contrast. You got the green one right here, and then you got the dried out one right there. That's the only way I've seen them. I didn't even know they got green like this, or flowered. That's really cool looking. So I discovered last night that I'm a day off. I thought the 6th was on Saturday. It's on Sunday. And that being said, I very easily could have gone and got to nicer weathers for the next few days. But Now it's too late. Like, I would have pushed on yesterday, driven down to around the Tucson area, get some good trail runs in, like even possibly Madera Canyon we could have climbed, Mount Wrightson, and a lot of the areas around there, and got some good vert. There's a long loop I would have loved to have done where you go up Florida Pass and then take the ridge over to Mount Wrightson, climb Mount Wrightson, go around the back way to towards like Josephine Peak, and then you take, instead of going to the peak, or we could even do the peak, that would add an extra 2 or 3 miles, but if you take that back and then just drop down the canyon back to the start again without doing Josephine Peak, you're talking about 24 miles. And would love to have done it. But I might have to take my coat off, because now that I'm not in the wind, I'm getting quite warm. But that's okay. I wonder if there's an overlay that'll show me vert. So I was thinking how cool it would be, since I probably won't do so well at Coconona, to try and live stream the whole thing. Now, in order to do that, I would need to rig up something, and instead of having a running pack, I'd need to have like maybe my Osprey, set it up, because it's like a more of a fast pack, and then like be able to fashion some sort of mount for like my Starlink Mini. Figure out what I'd do for batteries. That'd be the tough part, because I don't know how long I'd be able to run Starlink Mini off of my batteries that I have. Whew. I'd have to probably buy like 20 of them bastards and then have them in drop bags along the course, which I'm already going to do. I'm going to have, because I do plan on throughout my race doing a little bit of live streaming. We'll see. I would guess and say that. Did we miss a turn? We did. We need to go back. Nari, we're on the wrong road. Nari, listen. Hey, Nari, quit ignoring me. Come on. A little butthead. She sits there and freaking, I know she can hear me, but she just It's like, whatever. Oh, I wondered why all of a sudden I was like, oh, I can run. It's because the road right here splits off to the right. It's hard to see because this is the way you would go. You know, if you're coming up this, you're not looking right here. It doesn't look like a road. You're looking straight ahead of you. Usually if I say the word listen, she knows. But she even ignored that. She has gotten so horrible about ignoring me when I give her commands or try and talk to her. Like, her recall is just non-existent the last few weeks. Unless I'm with like other people, like friends or whatever, then she does a little bit better. If it's me and her, she's just such a teenager and doesn't want to listen. This road here is a lot like what I'm going to experience on the course. I'm able to do about a 24-minute mile pace on this. Use that to factor in. I gotta do a lot of work today in preparation for the race. And I gotta do a lot of work in general. I don't know, today's gonna be a long day on the computer. My dog's probably not gonna like it, but as long as it's warm enough that I can leave the side door open for her, then it'll be okay. I'm not gonna get near as much vert on this little out and back as I thought I would, or I should say up and down. It is kind of muggy. When we get to the top, I might try and take my coat off. I noticed I had some sort of Streamlabs extension on my Twitch panel when I tried to do the sound effect this morning, and I don't use Streamlabs anymore, so I don't know what, I don't even know when I use Streamlabs, I don't even know what the extension would be. Maybe remote control, maybe? I don't know. Ooh, I'm quite gassy there. I was gonna want to go through the gate, but we're not gonna go through the gate. There's part of me that wants to go off trail and just go up the ridge. I'd have to worry about her and the cactus, but whew. There's the Bradshaws. There's where I'm gonna be playing. You can definitely hear that mine down there. It's kind of crazy. Now we're going back down now. I'm gonna take my coat off though. But we're gonna go back down. I'm gonna get cold. Guarantee it. Set you guys up over here somewhere now. Here's a nice little flat rock. Nice little flat rock. Did I ever turn the overlay on? No. Gosh dang it. Well, now the overlay's on. We've gone a mile. So, we'll look off this direction. While I change, take my coat off. There's a lot of younger swallows here. Kind of crazy. By younger, I mean like, 10, 20 years old versus the older ones. So they're not very big. They're just kind of peeking up, being like, hello. Know what you're expecting. Don't have anything for you. It's too early for water. If you would have drank more water when we left, you'd be fine. Yeah. We're not even a mile into it. If I start giving you your water now, we'll never make it very far. See Bumblebee Ranch down there. And all this. These private houses. Oh, so these houses right here, just to the left of them here is where the road is coming up for this public access back here. No, we're going back down. Nari, we're going back down. She still wants to go. There ain't nothing back there except for dead zone. Ow! Okay, now things are gonna grab me worse. Oh man, I'm just not feeling the run today, which is part of the reason why, well, one, I'm short vert today, but part of the reason why I'm not too concerned about getting long miles is I don't feel like running. I'm doing vert, I can just hike up and slowly just kind of whatever down the hill. It's all good. Like if I was back in Montana, this is when I would just do like Mount Helena repeats. Which the most I've ever done there was 5. That was when I was training for UTMB. Or did I do it for UTCT too? I might have. I don't think I did though, because it'd be hard to do repeats with my little butt head. So I don't think I did. Definitely UTMB. Ow, gosh dang, this is, even with these shoes, which are pretty thick midsole and pretty good rock protection, I'm still, some of these sharp corners on these rocks are just going right straight through the shoes. Whew. Anyways, I think the most I did was like 6, maybe, on there. I was just shy of 10,000 feet of vert that day. And I didn't do the same route up. Like there was some I was doing it where I was getting, because if you go straight from the trailhead parking lot and just go straight up, you get about 1,000 feet. It's like just shy of 1,000 feet in 3/4 of a mile. But I can't just do the same route up and down, so I always just kind of, you know, go up one way, down a way, up, down, you know, different routes. And I think I did. It was probably around 7, I bet you. Because if you go other ways, like especially dropping all the way down on the backside and going back up, you're gonna easily get like 1,400 feet on that. So I think it was like around probably 15 miles or so that day, with about 300 feet probably of vert that went out. And that was hot. I remember that day. That was hot. I had to stop a couple times, fill up my waters. Fill up my waters. Those clouds are looking really cool. My dog is looking off, doing her best Titanic over here. Well, maybe what we'll do is we'll do exactly what I said and hope we get around 3,000 feet. And then, because we're not going to do a lot of miles, then I'm going to have to do something tonight. And we could probably get another, like if we just did I don't know how many miles or how much vert I got last night on the route we did. I don't think it was too much, like maybe 1,200, 1,300 feet maybe. But maybe we could do like a shorter up down, like maybe do the ridge and then instead of going all the way down, we'll just go down to where we usually camp and then come back up and then just come back. It would still be about a 10K. For tonight. And then, so if we do like, say we get, oh geez, yeah, like even if we get 8 miles today, that's gonna put my mileage at a good decent amount, as well as my vert up at over 5,000. So perfect scenario based upon my training schedule today would have been anywhere from 24 to 30 mile run and about 7,000 feet of vert. But not gonna force it. I don't even know how I would get that much vert actually out here on the route I can do. I'd get, if we went up and over the ridge, back down, across the valley, up on top of the plateau, we'd be probably going down the other side and then back up. So we'd be at 22, 35 roughly, and then coming back this way, jumping back on the ridge. Like at the most I would get 5,000 on a 30-mile run. Now if I was to just do off downs on this road right here, not this one but the other one, then probably would get 7,000 feet in 30 miles. It's about 4 miles round trip. Actually, I don't even know. Is it 4 miles round trip? I don't think it is. Right. 3.5. We'll just factor 3.5. So every 2 trips would be about 2,500 feet in 7 miles. So what is it? 7 times 4 is 28. And that would be 25 times 4 is 5,000, 10,000. So 14 times up and down is what we'd end up be doing to get our vert and our mileage. That's crazy. I didn't really eat a lot for dinner last night because I just wasn't really that hungry. I think it's affected me. I had a good breakfast this morning. I slept pretty good. I only woke up at about, when was it? She woke me up at 3, I think, to go potty. And it was funny because I was like, before I went to bed last night, I was looking at the forecast and it was supposed to start raining right around 3:30 again, 3:30, and went outside and at first I was like, oh gosh, hey, is it freaking snowing? Because I saw all these, my headlamp was, you know, all these little freaking things falling out of the sky. But I'm looking at the sky and I could see stars. I was like, well, it's obviously not raining like it was supposed to. And then it's like, that's not snow, it was just dust. And I was mad at her. I was like, gosh dang it, like, why can you, if we just spent a week in Helena and only, I think maybe one time the whole week she decided she needed to wake up in the middle of the night to pee. Like, all other times she just freaking slept through the night. Ooh, excuse me. As soon as we get back here, being in the outdoors again, so 2 nights ago, and then last night, it's like 3 o'clock again. It's just like clockwork, 3 o'clock in the morning. It is anywhere from about, well, it depends on if she does nighttime potties or not. Pre-bedtime potties, I guess I should say. If she does her pre-bedtime potties, then look, there's a ran. Now we're gonna go up the ridge over on this side. That was only 500 feet of vert. This is not going to be a good day. There's something coming over the top of this ridge. It's probably going to make us wet, and not in a good way. That is a very dark cloud. I can't tell what direction the clouds are moving either. But, oh well. But like if she doesn't do her pre-bedtime potties, then it's usually midnight she wakes me up, and then like between 3 and 4 in the morning. If she does her pre-bedtime potties, then she wakes me up at like anywhere from midnight to 3 in the morning. And that's only when we're camped outdoors like this. If we're like stealth camping or whatever, she sleeps throughout the whole night. Not a care in the world. Whether we do pre-bedtime potties or not. She's like, no, I don't feel like getting up. I don't know what the difference is. But then last night, here I was like, 3 o'clock in the morning. I specifically remember because I looked at the clock and it was 3:09. And I was like, you little butthead. I was like, freaking. I knew she was going to make me go outside and go potty because she jumped down. I heard her jump down. And she drank all of the water in her dish. So I was like, oh, great. Now she just drank a lot of water, so she's going to be putting pressure on her bladder. She's going to want to go outside. And she did. And then she came back in. And I filled her water up. And she drank a whole bunch more. And I'm like, what are you doing? Then, like I said, like, it wasn't even 20 minutes later. No, we're gonna go up. No, we'll go up. Not even 20 minutes later, it started to downpour again. And I was like, oh, freaking weather app for once was actually accurate. Right before I fell asleep, I was looking at it and it was like not supposed to rain again until between 3 and 3:30. And it was like right at 3:30, it started to downpour. And then, like I said, it didn't quit until right around 5 o'clock, 5:30, somewhere around there this morning. I know it ended by 6 because I kind of woke up at, well, it might have stopped in between, when it started at 3:30 and like 5:30 or whatever, but I woke up at about 5:40 and it was still raining because I looked at my clock and I was like, oh man, my alarm's gonna go off in like a little bit. And I had to put my alarm back on because I hop from time zone to time zone. It sucks. So I wanted to. We may not have started our run till really late today, or we barely ran our hike. We'll just call it our little power hike. We'll do a good old Scott Urich, power hike. Because he's always doing the memes on his meme account about power hiking. But I just couldn't get going this morning. And she wasn't interested in going either. She was, more interested in getting going than I would have got up, but she was not. Like, she didn't even, when we went outside for the first time this morning, like 6:30 or so, the sun was up already, and she jumped back up on the bed while I was making coffee and all that. And normally she sits there and tries to get me to open up the back door so she can just watch the sunrise and enjoy the sun shining on her. This morning she could care less. She curled back up next to me. It wasn't until about probably close to 8. I don't know, what time is it? I'm probably off with my hours. Yeah, it's 10:20, so it was easily 8. That I opened the back door. And then she was like, oh, the sun. And then she laid on top of me, like over the top of my lap, while she basked in the sun. So then I definitely wasn't in any hurry to get going. So it wasn't until I finally had to get up and poo that she finally stirred. Then I still didn't get up. Like, I mean, I got up to poo, but I went crawled back under the covers because it was chilly. And I had the side door open so she could run around and explore, do whatever she does. And she did that for a good, at least a good half hour before she started jumping up in the van, wondering when I was gonna get going. And that's when I knew, okay, I guess I need to get going. Well, depending on what this cloud right here is doing, we may turn around and call it quits. But if it doesn't hit us, then we will go down the backside of the ridge up here further, and then I think run around the front side, around the end, hop onto the single track, and then just go back up the ridge by where we normally camp, and then come right back down this way. It'll be slow going though. Like I said, I am not in any hurry today, which is why we're not doing a 30-mile run. We're doing vert instead. My legs feel good. It's just my mind is not motivated to do anything today. So I'm forcing myself to do something. And right now, vert is the most important thing for me. So I can climb for hours at this pace. So I'm not, at least I'm doing something. That sun is warm. Like, I took my coat off and I'm freaking sweating still. Although I haven't felt that breeze If the breeze just went away or what, but that breeze was frigid. I think the actual temperature is probably only like mid 40s right now. That sun makes it feel probably 60. And the breeze, when that breeze we felt this morning made it feel like freaking 30 degrees. Oh man. I need to do a lot of work today. I'm actually freaking out a bit. Need to get my annual report filed with the state of Montana, which will be pretty quick and easy. It's not hard at all. And then I need to finish my taxes, which is not quick and easy. I've been working on that for a long time now. And I know I'm doing something wrong because it says, so far, it says I'm getting like $3 grand back from federal. And I'm like, there's no freaking way. The nice thing is I haven't taken a salary. I invested all my profits last year back into the company. But because of that, that means I got a lot of equipment that I have to have on like a depreciation schedule and all that kind of stuff. And that's what's taking me so long. To climb, which is good because I'm gonna get the vert. There's that wind. It's definitely not as cold as it was earlier, but it's still pretty cold. I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow because it's supposed to be rainy again, off and on throughout the whole day tomorrow. I said, according to my weather app, none of this right here was supposed to be here today. It was like, I mean, they always leave that chance, but it was only like a 7% chance. So for it to be incredibly accurate about the 3 in the morning rain for a couple hours, it's kind of crazy that that inaccurate about all this. That breeze is cold and I'm sweaty, so that doesn't help. think we ran up this yesterday. Most of it. There's a few of the steeper parts that I had to walk up, but most of this we ran. This is very runnable right here. Actually, we might just run a little bit. There, right where the cloud is. Oh, ooh, it came out. That's the worst feeling, because you're like thinking you're gonna step forward with your other leg when you drive off, but you don't move. And then your other leg is like, the hell do I do now? I can't step forward. So you pretty much just pick it up and set it right back down again. A friend asked me last night, because I was like, oh, I'm going to try to get a, get a long run in. And we were talking about our training weeks. She's like, how many miles are you trying to get this week? And I'm like, well, I'm trying to explain to her, I'm like, well, I'm not. Like, my week has been busted. But I was supposed to get, between 20 and 24 hours of training in. I'll be lucky if I get 15. She's like, well, how many miles is that? And I'm like, no, she goes, how many miles are you trying to get? And I'm like, are you talking like for the week? Because we were talking about at the same time how today was supposed to be a long run. And I go, like, how long is like 20 to 24 hours of running? And she goes, no, how many miles are you trying to get? And I'm like, for what? Like, in what context? And then she got mad at me. I'm like, are you talking for the day, or are you talking for the week? And I go, well, I just asked you if you meant for the week. And I go, I just asked if you meant what, 20 to 24 hours of running it was. And then she goes, no, I want to know the miles. I'm like, holy cow, you're being freaking ridiculous right now. I was like, well, depending, sound like I was getting hit by some rain. Depending on how much vert you get. Oh, I am getting hit by rain. Oh man, we're not to the top yet. That friggin' sucks. Well, I'll just have to give up for the day. And try again tonight. Yeah, I'm starting to get pelted pretty good. Alright, come on, we gotta go back down. Come on. You're not gonna like the rain anyways. But a typical, like, if I'm only doing like 10 to 15,000 feet of vert, then 20 hours of running for me is about 110 miles roughly. But if you're talking a lot of vert, then you're talking, maybe 85, 90 is all. you going to get this week? I'm like, I'll get lucky if I get 50 miles this week. Since we had 2 days of travel. Ain't even above us. Why is it starting to rain? I do have one of my little weather shells with me, but it is water resistant, but it's not waterproof. Cold too, because that wind picked up, and now that there's no sun, it's freaking freezing. Yeah, it's not even rain, it's like it's like a mixture of rain and ice pellets. It tells you how cold it is. Get sick because I decided to hang out here in the rain. Well, there was 3 miles though. But we're only didn't even get 1,000 feet of vert. Big ass rock that I had no business tripping over. Like a freaking ninja warrior in it, back and forth on the what do they call it, the little jump pad things that are at the angle. So I feel like jeez. And then I catch the angle and I can't keep myself up without falling, so I have to freaking jump over to the other side just to try and jump back. That's just steep. And by steep, I don't mean running down the hill, I mean steep side cut. On these rocks. At least there. I'm breaking a break an ankle on a side hill. What's going to happen is we're going to get down to the van and then it's going to get sunny again. I don't think it's going to get sunny again. It's a cloud that is coming over the top is what's blocking the sun right now. The one that's dropping the rain on it. I think it's just going to get worse. That came out of nowhere. Like, where the hell did that thing come from? Because we were just over on the other end of the ridge here, looking off that direction, and I didn't see anything like that. The one that was dropping snow is right there, I think. Oh, maybe this is the one that was dropping snow. Who knows? And the clouds are moving today, which is odd because the wind is coming from the east, but the clouds are coming from the west. Must just be the way the updraft is. Which doesn't make sense because updraft should be on the backside of the storm, not the front. Storm is a downdraft. That's why you get the horrible straight line winds in the Midwest and stuff with these big ass thunderstorms. Gosh dang, I'm tripping over everything now. I have my sunglasses on. But, so it's hard to see because it's dark out now. But also, I'm trying to keep the wind from making my eyes all water. If my eyes water, I'm going to see worse than I'm seeing right now. The good news is I don't feel the rain anymore. So there's that. Oh, gosh dang. I'm just tripping over everything. Oh. Do a little walkie walk, and then my van's like right there. So I don't know, you want to climb up that other side again? Kind of want to see what this is going to do. If it's going to blow over to the side of us, which it's hard to tell if it's going to do that or not. Definitely no rain right here. It ends right there, but it looks like it continues on probably where we can't see. I don't know. I think we might just call it for this morning, and then tonight try and do another however much we get done. Maybe do what I wanted to do today, tonight, if the weather is decent. I'm also I'm hovering. I can feel my Achilles a little bit. So I'm kind of hovering around that. Working hard enough, but not too hard, because I don't want to have an inflamed Achilles and not be able to train at all. I'm definitely not going to rupture the damn thing. I was hoping to get at least, even if I was just climbing, I was hoping for at least 5 hours of vert, which, like I said, would be around probably 5,000 feet. Out here, like I said, if I was at Mount Helen, I'd get it a lot quicker. But this just isn't as steep. If I was on the backside of this ridge, I could do up downs and get vert really quick. You're talking probably close to 700 feet in like a third of a mile on that backside, because that thing is so steep. It's like 42% grade. But that's fine. I'll just do some work today. I'm gonna try and set up use my TV as my second monitor so I can actually do stuff. But let's see. Problem with that is then my dog doesn't have anything to watch while I'm doing stuff. Although I could probably put like a window up, because I won't be using a lot of internet, so I can just open up a tab and at least place something little on there while I'm working. Only because that way we might get our 1,000 feet of vert, but I'm only going to get maybe an extra 20 feet is all coming down here to the road. Oh well. It wills. Yeah, I think we would have been not happy if we made it to the top of the ridge. Looks like most of the rain is right there, which would be past us. Look at it. It looks like there's a little break right here, but it got me for a few minutes. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. We're giving up because this weather is just starting to get pretty nasty, and I do not want to be caught up on a ridge with a thunderstorm like this, and don't feel like being out in the rain and snow and hail that we have right now down here. So we're just gonna call it early. We'll have about not quite 4 miles with 1,000 feet of vert, and hopefully if the weather cooperates, we'll be back out here late afternoon, early evening. Wow, you're freaking kidding me. I saw that the weather was getting crazy. No one was hurt, that's good. 10-mile tempo run, nice job. That's awesome. Well, and I knew the weather would be crazy because freaking two nights ago when I was driving down here, coming down through Utah, freaking, it's a rare occurrence when you have thunderstorms that are dropping snow, but you know, with lightning and stuff. You don't see too much lightning in snowstorms, let's put it that way. Weather, it is crazy. Like, I would have never thought I'd be coming back down to Arizona and the weather's worse here than it was back up in Montana, even though right now, these next few days is supposed to be pretty bad up in Montana too, but freaking snow, like yesterday, driving down to here from where we were at up in northern Arizona, freaking whiteout blizzard conditions. Even like just, I mean, I'm only what, 40 miles north of Phoenix, and the next mountain range up over here was like, is where I finally broke through the blizzard. It's like, you know, what, maybe 80 miles? Who would have thought in April, 80 miles north of Phoenix, you'd be freaking blizzard conditions. Like even Prescott yesterday, just right over here, on the other side of the Bradshaws, was down in Prescott was getting snow. Now the Bradshaws got hammered with snow last night. I was supposed to be up there this week training, and that ain't happening. Oh, if I would have thought about it better and figured out when I actually have to work this weekend, I could have gone down yesterday down to Tucson, and down there the weather is way nicer. But too late now, because I'm not going to drive down there just to have to drive back in 2 days. But it's okay. It's all good. We will just keep training as much as we can. It's hard to tell, but yeah, those Bradshaws got lots of snow last night. In fact, we were just up on the ridge over here when we first went up, and then we came back down and went back up that direction. And one of these storms, it might have been this one, was dumping snow up there again. In fact, it might have been the one that's above us right now. But yeah, we'll give her another go. Change cameras here. I mean, was I trying to get a nice 5-hour run, mostly vert, so it wouldn't be a lot of running, it'd be mostly climbing in, but whatever. I mean, even look behind me, you can see how horrible it is. Like this blue sky right there, but and this blue sky down by Phoenix, I can see blue sky over there, but I can't do what I need to do down. I mean, I guess I could have gone out to one of the county parks there and hit some trails, but then I'd have to come back. There's no place to like camp or anything. Well, I guess if I went to like McDowell Park or Estrella, or not even Estrella, White Tank, there's some camp areas there, but I'd have to pay. I don't feel like doing that. You had to run through broken branches. On a tempo run, I would have tripped and fell. Totally would have tripped and fallen. Oh, it's starting to sprinkle again here, so I'm gonna call it, everybody. And then hopefully maybe I'll see you tonight. I won't be on YouTube tonight though, so for those of you on YouTube, come on over to Twitch tonight. As long as the weather is decent, or there's a window like last night where I was able to just go for an hour. That's what we're gonna do. Bye everyone, love you all. And have you done your fair share of tripping? Yeah. We'll see you guys next time. Bye everyone.